All right, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everyone doing?
Hey,
Look, Joy was like, "Eh." All
I'm
right, guys.
good.
My name is Jazz, aka Jazz the Medium, young lady in the middle.
Oh, I'm Tiara, aka T, for right now.
And our joy, nothing else. Our joy is.
Welcome, everyone. We created this space where we can talk about me and these young ladies. We've known each other for a while, and we have some really deep and great conversations when it comes to spirituality, life. Okay. We just talk about a little bit of everything. So we decided to create a safe space where we can talk and also where we can hone in on some of our spiritual gifts. We will start with introductions today. My name is Jazz again. Um, I am many things. I am a mother of five, grandmother of two, not giving my age away. Okay. My professionally, I'm a nurse. And I also practice spiritually as a psychic medium. I can also practice Reiki and regular psychic readings. I can do healings. I can do all types of stuff. You name it, I can probably do it. I tend to stay away from the darker stuff, but if you name it, I can do it. I teach development. I teach development. Some of my favorite hobbies is okay. So I like to read a lot. So I like to read. That's one of my favorite things to do. I love nature, hanging out in nature, doing stuff like that. And I also like astrology, not astrology, but astronomy. I like the planets, the stars, universes, galaxies, and stuff like that.
Okay. Oh, this gonna be a tough one to follow. So again, my name is
Right.
Tiara, aka T. Um, I would say I am. I'm learning of my many hats. I'm one of Jazz's students, and she's been on me for a while because I've been running. So that's why I'm here. I'm here so I don't get fined. But no, seriously, I am. I'm a psychic medium. I also do tarot. Um, Learning that I'm also a healer, tapping into that gift as well. And let's see, professionally, I'm currently an executive assistant with a healthcare background, working over 20 years in healthcare. Um, so I'm a nurse like Jazz. I just don't have a degree. And then as far as family, right now I have nieces and nephews that I get to love on and send back home. Get to
Mm,
spoil them and send them back. It's okay because they want to stay with auntie because they love their auntie all the time.
all the time.
And I'm not a mother yet. I'm gonna put that yet in there. We might get into that on this journey of this podcast. And then let's see, hobbies. I love nature as well. Definitely a lover of water. Water is my sin. I could sit
Mhm.
at a waterfall all day and just be zoned out. Um, that's definitely my place to go to when I need to think. I'll say that. I like reading as well, traveling, spending time with friends and family. So that's me.
Yes. Lord, I don't know if I can be as long as y'all, right? All right, but I am Al Joyous, better known as Joy. Um, let's see, what am I? I'm a mother of, let's say, six. I birthed for myself, and I have two bonus kids that I love so dearly. Is it doing a kickback with y'all, or is it just me? Probably just me. See, awkward. Okay, but let's see. I am a psychic medium here. Also do psychic. I've decided to embrace my gifts. I am one of Jazz students as well. And she's pushed us. So me and Tiara been like, okay, we've been running, but we are ready. but I've always known that I had some type of gifts. I was just always different than like my other siblings or my family. So I didn't know what the hell was wrong with me at first, but growing up, because, your parents can't explain exactly what it is, especially growing up in a Christian household, but that's me. I am married. My lovely husband, Antonio. hmm my career, what do I do? I work in HR currently. I also am a into the music business where I have our company, the Play Company, which stands for Family Legacy Above Everything, or Family Life and Abundance. Well, Family Life, Abundance, and Entrepreneurship, where we teach artists artist development as well as music consultations. I have my own artist who is my son himself. So go stream, go find him. So do work with a lot of artists here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and just trying to help them advance in the music industry. Hobbies, let's see, music, everything music. I write plays, write films. Actually had a we're gonna talk about my dream that I had about this. I think I'm supposed to write the script, but also, I love my plants. So I got some plants that I've had since my mom passed. They were her plants. So I love my little plants. I'll be out there. I started my garden, but it ain't. I had to kind of let my garden go, but I still love my plants. So and water because I'm a Pisces. So it is what it is.
One episode we're gonna have to introduce everybody to our plants.
All right.
Yeah, we really are.
Sierra
I'm gonna
looking
show
like,
y'all the one that's thriving. Okay, I just had to get rid of one because it died. I don't know what happened, but it died. So I
oh,
got two left right now.
oh, you ain't tell me it died. Okay.
Yeah, it died.
Okay.
So not only is this a platform for us to kind of speak about some of our day to day and some spiritual things, but it's also a space to develop. All of us. I always believe like even as you grow, you're always learning, you're always growing, you're always developing. And that's something that we do together. There's plenty of times I've read Tiara or I've talked to Joy, and I would say, this is the first time me seeing this, or this is my first time doing this. And that just shows me that even though I've been doing this for many years, um, I still learn new things all the time. I still learn things about myself, about my gifts. They tend to go through levels where I'll see things or I'll be in contact with things and different dimensions and beings that I've never been in contact with. And then there are other times where it's just,
Baby.
okay,
We
once
gonna
you
talk
see,
about
you can't unsee, right?
that. That part.
So you got to tell me about your dream, Tiara, that you had.
Oh, which one do we want to start with?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Which
We can break
Which
it
one
up.
first? So, this past week I have had two interesting dreams. So let me first say I learned the hard way. Never say what you not want to do when it comes to this spiritual realm, because every
I wonder who
single
told you that.
time.
Who told her that? Who told her that?
So yes, I'm the one that's gonna say, I ain't doing that. And every time I've said that, it's like, oh, okay, let me show you. So, for example, we had a conversation last week, and I believe we brought up Whitney Houston. I was like, oh no, I don't. Keep that over there. Let the celebrity stay over there. So I woke up Saturday morning about 4 a.m. Yeah, Whitney came to see me, and she was like, arms crossed in my dream. She had on a black strapless dress. Her hair was one side long and the other side short. And she just looked at me like this. And I was like, Whitney, go ahead. So she looking at me just shaking her head. I was like, go ahead, Whitney. I ain't even playing. Like, I'm telling her, like, go. I don't want to be bothered. So she pretty much looked at me, rolled her eyes. She left. However, when I woke up, the first thing I heard was, it's not right, but it's okay. So I was like, so I got a feeling she's going to come back. And then anyway, yeah, that song. So then this morning, about 3 a.m., I had a dream. Many different parts of the dream, but the main thing that stuck out, I'm in an apartment. It does not look anything familiar. And there's an African woman. She's brown skinned, older. short curly hair, and she's talking to someone, and then she leaves her room. And when she leaves, I'm looking at like her kitchen, and she has a stool, and she was like, "Oh, this is my doll." That's what she said, right? This is my doll. So I'm like, okay. Looking at the doll, it was brown skin. It had the face of like the characters from the Dr. Seuss books. So like the face was like more so like the Grinch, but like the shape of the face was like this, and it had like the really small eyes, and they were like a light brown or hazel. But the body was, it was like sitting to the side, legs crossed, but it did not have any feet. Okay, no feet. It's like it just went into like the end of like chopsticks. That's the best way to explain it. No feet. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, okay, so it's the doll, right? It started talking. I do not understand clearly what it was saying, but as it was talking, it doubled itself and like flipped aside. So I'm seeing two of them, but they that did a mirror image of each other. So me being Tiara, I said, "Oh hell no!" And I ran and hid around the corner. So yeah, those are my interesting dreams this past
So
week.
you was like, so was you like Tiara? Was you like, oh hell no? Was you like Tiara? Oh hell, like, ooh no, ooh.
No. Tierra said, "Oh hell, nah," and I ran my ass around the corner. I was like, because I'm
This the
looking at
girl.
it,
TV
and I'm
going through
like,
emotions. She be like, oh, hold on. Wait. What's this? Ooh,
"Baby, I'm
what's
getting
this?
better though.
Get
I'm
me out of
getting
here.
better.
It
I'm
gets
getting
better.
better. Yeah, I'm getting much better. When we was on the call last week, I had a ghost walk into my front door. I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
And did.
I'm getting better." I was like, I just looked at it, was like, okay, a man just walked in here. Okay, and then it kept on walking past. See, you didn't even hear me make no noise. But yeah, so those are my experiences this week. So
That's good.
we pop my collar.
Stop it.
What about y'all? What dreams y'all had this week?
Well, I done had some weird ass dreams. All right, let me. So the first one, let me see. Where can we start? Well, I have the one dream that I feel like I'm supposed to be writing a script. It was a storyline. It's nobody that I've seen. The storyline of it, um, nothing I've heard of. So I think I'm supposed to be writing this script. Is what I assumed. I talked to my husband about it. Um, Pretty good movie if it comes out. It ain't had no
When
black
it
people in
comes
it.
out,
When it
when
comes
it
out.
comes out,
When
okay.
when it comes out. Okay. Yep, you're right. You're right. Um, the other dream. Okay, so I had like three weird dreams. Um, the other weird dream was being in this house. I don't know where the hell I was. Um, it was me and my daughter, and my husband was somewhere. Now, again, I had these six kids, but it was only me and my youngest daughter. We was in this house. It was a tiger looking creature that was outside. It was just kind of
Ooh.
going around the house. Um, I didn't feel like I was trying to eat us or nothing. So, but I was like, what the hell is this dream? Okay. But we, in this dream, we kind of trying to make sure we don't go outside. It finds its way in the house. We get outside some type of way. Come back in. The part that concerned me is once I woke up, I could still see the face of the tiger, but it had the face of the tiger and it had like a humanoid body, right? That's how I look, and it was just there in that image. Um, so I do have a question about that one, Jazz. You know, when you get a chance, because later what happened is I didn't even tell my husband about this dream, but my husband was watching a series like that had different alien species, and I had went into the room, and I was just like, okay, just sit on the bed. As soon as I sat down, it was an alien species. The tiger that I saw. I was like, babe, that damn tiger was in my dream. So I was like, this was in my dream. So I sat down and watched it because I was like, this is how it looked because it had a distinct face. So that was that one. And then a couple days later, or 2 days, or the next day, I had a dream that I was communing with some extraterrestrials, but I don't remember like the conversations, right? The last part that I remember when I woke up, and I don't even know if I want to say this person's name. Oh, it was. But they was like, yes, he's part of our species. Now I remember like the build of the species. They had bigger bodies. Or he's a descendant, or yeah, he's part of our lineage. Is kind of what they were saying. But I remember the build of the body. I don't know if it was like a humanoid build. It didn't seem like it. They had smaller heads and they were tall. And that's all I remember. I wish I remembered the rest of the conversations. But the person that they said was part of the species, I said, it makes sense because I don't know where the hell this person came from. He just blew up out of nowhere.
You gotta text me the person. Text it to me.
Okay.
Text me the person.
Put
I
it in the
want to know.
group chat.
My
Put
little
it in the group
8-year-old.
chat.
Like, who in there? Who in there?
Look, I
So
can put it in the back channel.
I think that a lot of people, what I'm noticing is that more and more people are having extraterrestrial experiences. Um, I used to have them a lot when I was younger. Then they went away, and then when I first started my spiritual journey, I would see them a lot. Um, and the funny thing, what? Are you serious, Joy?
Yeah.
And
And
the,
is. And is.
And I was
Okay.
like, I don't even listen to this. I don't even know who he is in real life.
I
Like,
can't,
I was
I
like, what
can't even
the
take, I can't even take dude serious.
right?
But anyhow, so and I remember, I'll never forget. Shout out, may peace and blessings be upon on Master's side. But when I would go to bed at night, I would always see them in my doorway of my room in my old house. I used to own a house, and I would be in the bed, and right in the doorway, it was always something in that doorway. When I stepped back into my spiritual gifts when I was in my early 30s, I feel like I'm old now. When I was in my early 30s, I saw one in the doorway. And I remember I never told anybody. And I was on the phone with Master Sai, and he was like, he used to call me beautiful. He was like, beautiful. And I was like, yeah, yeah. I was like, what's up? He was like, you got a portal in your house. I said, I do. He was like, yeah. He was like, my intuition telling me it's in front of a bedroom door. You have a portal in your house. It's between a bedroom and a bathroom. Well, he did not know that my master bedroom, I had a bathroom in my bedroom. So I had two portals. I had a bathroom in my bedroom, and I would see them in that doorway. And then the entrance to my bedroom from the hallway right next to my room, there was a bathroom. And I would see, I don't know if they passed it through or what, but even if I went to sleep, in order for me to sleep, that's why to this day I have to sleep with my door closed. My door has to be closed and all the lights have to be off. And that's because I used to see so much in that doorway. Not because I was scared, but because it would disturb my sleep.
Mm.
But real quick, I'll share a dream. I haven't really been remembering my dreams lately. I'm not gonna hold y'all, but I'll share the dream that I had about an ET2. I remember I was dreaming and I was standing. It looked masculine, but he was very tall. He had to be maybe 7 or 8 feet. Very pale skin, almost translucent. Like you can see like through his skin, very pale whitish skin. His hair also looked white, but upon closer examination, you can see that it was like see-through. Like kind of like a polar bear's fur. Like, it look white, but it's not really white. It's just how it reflects. He had very thick, same type on his hair, on his head. His eyebrows was very thick too. So his eyes were this blue, but the color blue that they were, I've never seen a blue. They were like this ice blue. It was weird. Close to his skin, because his skin had like bluish undertones, but his eyes were like this beautiful, bright, brilliant light blue that I can't explain. And he was not talking. He had very thin lips, but he was not talking to me through his mouth. He was talking to me into my mind. And when he was speaking to me into my mind, he was basically saying, like, look, we're here. He told me that they have motherships here and they're getting ready to show the world that they are here. And they've been sending messages through several people. And the reason why they're doing that is because they don't want us to be afraid. And he was telling me how like the governments are going to try to make us afraid and put out like stuff to make us afraid, or they're going to try to like hide them, or like hide what's being shown on the internet. Of a spaceship and put it on the internet, somehow it'll get erased, or they'll make it so they can't nobody see it. Um, Basically, we're not in as much control as we think we are. You know, we're not as free as we think we are. Basically, and he told me that a lot of stuff is going to come to light, a lot of conspiracies. And I was like, what type of conspiracies? He said there's conspiracies in the government with our world leaders that we don't even know are conspiracies. Just a lot of corruption is going to come out. So he said it's going to be like a lot of breakdown. A lot of government systems are going to break down. It may even be war. And he said there may even be casualties. But he says these are things that have to happen in order for new things to happen. Basically, that was his message for me. But he told me not to be afraid. He seemed benevolent. I can say that. You know, even when he was telling me that people will die, and he told me it was something that had to happen. You know, you can tell it wasn't something that he wanted to happen, but he understood like the balance of the universe. Things like these have to happen. So whatever is going on here, with our world leaders and world leaders of other races, ETs or not, it affects a certain balance, and they have to do things to get things back in balance. That's my understanding. That's what it makes it seem like. So like we're not the only ones that are being put out there. There's other entities and energies that are surrounding us that are influencing what's going on here. So even though there's some good ones, there's also some not so good ones. Right? Duality.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the dream, I was like, can you show me your real self? Can you show me yourself? And he just dropped down. And when I look, baby, so when I looked down, when I said, show me your true self, my eyes, y'all, my eyes just couldn't figure out what I was seeing. Like, and I've had that before where I've seen extraterrestrials in their natural forms. Your eyes cannot, like my brain felt scrambled. I can't explain it, but my brain was like, hey, what the fuck is that? What is that? What is that? But what it looked like, I felt like he made himself smaller so I wouldn't be scared, but the energy was much bigger than that. And the thing is that it was vibrating so fast, it was humming like a and it was like several wheels inside of different wheels. And it had like several eyes, several wheels inside of different wheels and several eyes, but it looked a little furry. I can't explain it. So imagine like hundreds of eyes or whatever all over this thing, but it looked a little furry. And it was like a reddish brown type of color. And it looked like several wheels and it was just humming. So when I told this story on my TikTok page, a young lady sent me this picture of an angel called an Orpheum, I think.
And that's yes, they got the eyes.
Yes, I was about to think about that.
Right?
Orpheum. And she said, that sounds like what you were describing. And when she sent me the picture, I said, that's kind of what it looked like, but it looked furry. And I think it looked furry because it was vibrating so fast. It was vibrating so fast. It just looked furry to me. It looked like a whole bunch of circles or folded into each other like that. It kind of reminded me of, you know, like, have you ever seen like illustrations of protons, neutrons, and electrons? Like they go so fast around each other and they almost look uniform. That's kind of what it looked like. But it had eyes and it had like, it just felt furry. I don't know. It made my skin crawl. Not like being afraid, but the vibration made my skin. But that was the last. Was that the last ET dream I had? Yeah, that was the last one I had. So our dreams. Dreams can mean several. Number one, they are the way that our subconscious communicates with us when our conscious goes to sleep. So sometimes we may receive messages in our dreams. Loved ones may come visit us in our dreams. Has your loved one come visit you in a dream?
Yes, that's how my journey got started, actually.
Who was it that came to see
my
you?
mama.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first
Yeah.
Mother's Day without her.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like when you dream and you see your loved ones in your dream, those are visitations because people feel like they have to
Mhm.
go pay a medium. You don't have to go pay a medium. Just ask them to visit you in your dreams. If you pay
Mm.
attention and you go to sleep with the intention to remember your dreams, you will. I say that because a lot of people they don't remember their dreams, and it's hard for them to. And some of us got anxiety or they got different reasons why we can't remember our dreams. But I remember what I did every night for a while is I would lay down and in my mind I would say I will recall my dreams. I will recall my dreams. And after a while you'll start remembering your dreams. So that is a way that they come visit us. We receive if you're gifted, you don't have to be gifted. You might receive like premonition dreams. Like I dreamed
Mhm.
about the COVID pandemic before it happens. Have y'all both dreamed about things that came true?
Yes.
Share one.
Mhm.
So, what was this about a few months ago? Um, I had a dream of a plane crash. And I think Joy ended up sending me the confirmation it happened. I think it was Italy. Was it Italy?
Mhm.
But I had a dream that I was on a plane and I'm seeing everything, but my view of it, it looked like someone was trying to hijack or take over the plane. So I'm like watching everyone move around, and then I'm sitting on. It's almost like I was sitting on a plane seat, and I just dropped out the sky.
Oh wow.
And then within like that week, Joy has sent me the confirmation. Like, did you see this? And I was just like,
Mhm.
Right.
like, okay. So of course it makes me wonder, like, okay, was there something else going on the plane since that's what I saw? And the men looked foreign. So when I say foreign, like Italian. And then we saw like the plane crash in Italy.
Yeah, I had. Well, let me go back to what you said, Jazz. So that's interesting. So I can help my husband with that as far as him not being able to remember his dreams because he does have anxiety. He doesn't remember any dreams unless he's not smoking. That out there.
Oh, one more
Well,
thing too. Tell him to drink water before he go to bed. And the reason why I say that is because when you got to use the bathroom, it disrupts your REM cycle. So when you wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, you're more than likely to remember your dreams.
okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll definitely tell him.
Us
Um,
women we understand that also well, don't we?
right.
He
He
every
don't be.
day.
Let me look. I'm trying to make sure he don't be understanding when I be getting up in the middle of that. Not to go. I'm like, babe, I don't be getting out of sleep because I be having to get up and use the bathroom. But my first, I've always like, before like mediumship and things, always considered myself like a dreamer. My first big dream that I recall was Hurricane Katrina. Of course, I
Mm.
was in the church at that time, so don't laugh at what I did, y'all. But I had a dream that this big flood was happening. Um, my sister, she was where the flood was. I don't know where we were, but she was where the flood was, and I could see all the animals and things. The streets at that time, I hadn't been to New Orleans, but the streets look how New Orleans looked when I think about it. Um, had that dream, and so my biggest thing was I had to tell everybody that the Lord is coming back, okay? Because I was in church, so I was like, God is coming back. Y'all better get yourself together. I had that dream probably in oh Lord, what happened? I had that dream in about 10th grade. Hurricane Katrina happened. I forgot the year, 2005, if I'm not mistaken. My sister actually was down in going to school in New Orleans at Xavier when Hurricane Katrina happened. So that was my first big one. Now I've had other dreams like with celebrities passing. Um, that's a different thing. Yeah, I ain't gonna talk about
Yeah.
that.
I'll just tell my most recent one. My most recent dream was the plane crash that happened with the helicopter where it hit the helicopter.
Oh, the one here in
So
DC.
yeah, in my dream, and I had woke up that morning about 5 and fell back asleep at about 6. Only slept till 6:30. But I had a dream that I was driving into work, and I really thought I was awake and driving to work. It was still dark outside. The sun hadn't come up yet. I looked up in the sky and I saw a helicopter hit a plane, and then bodies were falling on the ground in front of the cars, but they were wet. It wasn't raining, and I'm looking around. I kept screaming in the dream, like, "Oh my God, why are the bodies wet? Why are they so wet? Like they were wet. Like some of them were even like you could tell they looked like they had been in water a long time." And I'm like, "Why are the bodies wet?" But they fell out the sky and they hit the ground, and they were just wet bodies. It was weird. So I woke up out my dream, and then later on, or sometime that day, that's when the plane crash happened. I also dreamed about Notre Dame the day before it burned down, a cathedral.
Mm.
I had a dream that I was, and that was a looping dream. I was stuck in that dream and couldn't wake up. That was horrifying. Have y'all had a looping dream where you couldn't wake up and you kept going back to the same place over and over and over again?
Oh
Joy.
my God. That was on, look,
Tiara
on
hasn't had
Saturday.
that. I'm gonna say yes. I don't even want to say that I ain't gonna have one, but
They're horrible because you know you're asleep, you know you're dreaming, and you're trying to wake up and you cannot wake up, and you're in these dreams screaming to the top of your lungs, "Wake up! I can't wake up! I'm stuck!" Like you real live know those are the worst. I've had maybe 3 of them my entire life, and they were like, when I say I woke up crying, like I'm crying for the whole day, and you're afraid to go back to sleep type of dreams. I can't stand looping dreams. If you want to scare me, put me in a looping dream. I hate them.
Yeah, I have them. It seems like a lot. Dang it. Oh, probably about once or twice a month. This
Ooh,
most
yes.
recent one, girl, I was like, I told Tiara, I said, I was trying to wake up in this dang old dream in my bed because I sleep with cover over my head. It's a habit from when I was little. I still do. But I was in a dream and I'm trying to wake up. I end up telling them, "Let me the hell out of this damn dream!" Like, stop, because it was going on for forever. Like in the dream, my husband had even woke up because he was taking a nap, and he was like, "Babe, what's wrong?" I was like, "I can't get out this dream. In the dream, this is happening. I can't get out this
I hate
worst
looping
dreams ever."
dreams. But in that dream, I kept going to some friends of mine went into the cathedral for a funeral, and it was black smoke coming out of the door. So I knew it was on fire. It was like a ton of, and I kept trying to bang on the doors, and I even burnt my hands trying to get out the
Mm,
building. And then the funny thing about this dream was I went downstairs, and there was this woman. She was very dark complected. She had this head wrap on, and she had on this wide skirt. And there was this man in the corner. He was playing drums, and she had these smoke-filled canisters, and she was rolling them around, and she was dancing to the drums beneath the cathedral. And I was like, "You need to get out. The building is on fire. The building is on fire." And she looked me dead in my face, and she was like, "As it should." And I said, "Can you wake me up?" She was like, "Wake up." And then I appeared right back in front of the cathedral again, trying to get my people out.
mm.
oh
It was a
wow.
mess. So finally, I was like, "I'm not going back down in that basement. That lady creeped me out. I'm not going back down in that basement." So the last time I went down in that basement and she was doing it again, I was like, "I keep coming down here. I can't wake up." She said, "Just stop coming down here, but you cannot stop this." That's what she told me. So I decided to take a different direction and went a different way. So I went a different way. And then when I came back, I woke up.
Hmm.
That was horrifying. Horrifying. Oh
So
Lord,
you
my
said she said, but you can't stop this.
nope.
Uh,
And when I woke up, the cathedral was on fire.
mm.
Yeah.
Did she think you was gonna try to stop it in the spiritual realm? I don't know. Sorry, I'm reaching.
Okay, so that's what my thought came to. So I was
Mhm.
like, well, okay, all right.
Okay.
Did
I'm
it?
sorry, y'all. My laptop is just doing what it wants to do right now. So it's
You
probably
know,
about to kick me
You
out here
look
in a
fine
second.
though. We don't. Nothing's happening
So
on our end.
yeah, bear with me 1 second. We're gonna prep for some zodiac readings here in a minute. If there's any other dreams you want to share, go ahead and share them while I try to figure out how I can fix this laptop real quick because it's getting ready to cut out on me.
Oh, any other dreams? Uh, Right now. Oh, I can share my I can share my ET dream that I had. And it's funny because as I'm speaking to y'all right now, and Jazz is gonna jump back on, I realized one of our connections is we've all lost our mothers.
Mhm.
Or for me, it's my grandmother, my paternal grandmother
Your
that
mama.
raised me, so I called her my mama. Exactly.
Mhm.
So, but now, listening and, I never even had an ET dream before. Um, so after hearing like Jazz speak on, Jazz speak on her, so it's interesting that she said with the messages that we're coming back and like more and more people are going to be able to see. Um, in my ET dream, he just literally just stood there and watched me. I didn't get any
Mhm.
messages. I'm looking at him and he looking at me because I'm looking at him like, why are you here? But he was like a bluish green. Not that well, I don't know how tall he was because I was lying down. Um, but he appeared short in the dream. But he was like the bluish green. He had the real big black eyes, but his
Mhm.
eyes had like the screen from like a screen door over top of his eyes. And he was, you could see his, like I saw like his torso, but he was wearing a damn brown distressed leather bomber jacket. Like,
Mhm.
so based on what Jazz said, that would make sense because if they're walking amongst us in the physical realm, they have to disguise themselves or try
Mhm.
to, cloak themselves. So that would make sense with what you said, Jazz. I was saying that I had a dream. I shared it with you, but the dream that I had with the alien that was just watching me, but he had on a brown distressed leather jacket. So I was
Mhm.
saying, based on what you just mentioned earlier, was the fact of how they're like walking amongst us, and trying to blend in. Because why else would, an alien have on a leather jacket? Like, who are you portraying to be right now? But there wasn't a message. And I wasn't scared, believe it or not. I just looked at it like, I just looked at it like, why are you here? Like he was watching me and I'm watching him like, why are you here? So, and I don't know how long he was there. And then I just, I woke up. So, but yeah, that was my ET dream, y'all. And then I also said we also have a connection where we all have our moms have transitioned.
Yeah, I
And
miss
I
mine
feel like they
dearly.
brought us together. I will say that.
Probably.
Yeah.
My mom did always think I was antisocial,
Yeah.
but
Not you. Not you. Nah, not you.
so my mom, she would always, yeah, I haven't dreamed about her in a while. I miss her so much. Maybe it's time for a visit. It's
She
time
gonna
for a
come.
visit.
We probably all gonna have visits tonight.
Yes,
I
for
know
the
my
folks
mama gonna
out
be like,
there,
I'm so proud of
mediums, we
you.
do miss our loved ones. It's not the same. We miss our loved ones too. We grieve too.
Oh, absolutely.
You'd be
Absolutely.
like, but you could go see her anytime. No, I can't. No, I
It's
can't.
not the same. Yeah, it's not the same.
No, I can't. I cannot.
That is true. I definitely agree with that.
And I'm so skeptical of other mediums. I seldomly ever ask anyone to connect with her often.
Well, since I met Jazz the medium, I ain't gone nowhere since. You know what I'm saying? And
Well,
now that my
that
own gifts are developing, my mama done shut a lot of shit down. Like, what you doing? You can do it yourself. So, you know. Hence why I'm here now, y'all. This is why I'm here now.
she definitely shut that down.
When you do what you're supposed to do, things happen and
Hold on,
and
real
work
quick.
in your favor. So I will say my hard-headed behind has definitely seen that, and us being on this podcast right now is a perfect example because I just was sharing a download that I had no idea it was going to happen this fast, but I'm glad I'm here.
See? Okay,
Yes.
so we are at the reading portion of the segment here tonight. How we are going to do it is Okay, so I will take the fire signs. See which signs you taking?
Earth.
Joy,
Pisces.
water, and we'll split the air signs.
The
Okay.
water. I talk about the water. Pisces. Yes.
So I guess I'll take Gemini.
Okay. Thank
Hmm.
you. Appreciate that. I'll take Aquarius.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I take Libra.
Boom. We got it. All right, we'll start with Aries since Aries is the beginner of the zodiacs.
Oh, we doing it this way. I see what you did there, Jazz. I see what you did there. You ain't slick. I love you though.
I'm trying to split up the energy though, for real though.
Okay.
Are we doing y'all want to do a certain subject or just want to do a general?
I'm going with whatever the energy
Jenna.
says to say.
General.
So it's gonna
All
be a
right.
general.
We'll start with Aries and then next we'll do Taurus.
Yeah, you gonna have to remind me of the order, but
I got you. I gotta remind me of the order. Somebody
okay,
ask y'all where we are.
I thought we were lumping them in. I didn't know we were doing them separately.
Okay, what message do we have for Aries here? Okay, so Aries, if you have been working on something or if you've been wanting something, some people, I'm hearing for some people, some of you want to move. And also there's two different storylines I'm getting. On one hand, I'm getting some people want to move, and on the other hand, I'm getting that some people are hoping to enter into a committed relationship. And for you guys, I'm hearing that it will happen, and probably by the end of the year. And what I'm seeing a lot of right now is what I'm seeing right now is I feel like it's gonna be more like Scorpio season. I'm here in October. So sometimes towards the end of October, if you're trying to move, you'll probably be moved by then. And you will find the quality place that you want. So I get an Aries here who is trying to move or make a move into a different direction. You will by the end of this year. Now, if this is about a relationship, the reason why it's going to take you so long to get into a relationship is because you're still healing from an old relationship. So anybody that you meet in the meantime until the end of the year, it is going to be not going to fare well with you because you're not really open. So you're meeting people when you're not really open. You're kind of vulnerable right now. And this message is for Aries who just got out of a relationship. So if you're feeling vulnerable right now, you just got a relationship, you might have to give it some time before you hop into another one. So for a small group of you, I see something promising coming at the end of this year, maybe October. Somebody that can kind of help you get through the rest of your healing and kind of grow with you and join with you. Okay. All right. We are on Taurus.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Y'all call trying to run from me. Ooh. Okay, Taurus, the main thing I'm seeing for you right now is something you're coming up against. You're going to have to trust yourself, rely on your inner strength. There might be a setback, but you have the power to change the direction of that. Um, there's something working against your flow, but it's only temporary. It's not going to last long, so I would say it's only for a season. Um, and what I'm hearing is two. So I would say it's something that within the next 2 months, you should be out of it. Um, Things will start to flow better in your favor. So that's all I have for the Tauruses right now.
All right. We're on Gemini. So, Gemini, you are choosing to make better choices. You're going to be choosing to take care of yourself more. You're going to You're starting to be more mindful to watch what you bring into your body more and to eat healthier. I want to remind you, Gemini, that making healthier choices also includes being mindful of what you watch on TV, being mindful of the music that you listen to, and being mindful of the people that you talk to, and most importantly, being mindful of the dialogue that you have with yourself. So make sure your conversation with yourself is positive and that the people you surround yourself are positive and the things you are listening to are positive as well. And it's looking pretty good for you. So within the next month, Gemini, you'll be receiving some good news and you're going to be feeling pretty good. All right, we are on
Cancers.
Cancer, baby.
What we got for my rising sign?
That's my rising sign too. Aries was my moon.
Hmm.
Ooh, okay. So cancers, it looks like you're gonna be going through what we would call a tower moment. There's gonna be some sudden changes that take place. I think you need to just make sure that you're focusing your energy on the right things, or not so much dwelling on exactly what that tower moment is, but how you can overcome that tower moment and move forward. So pretty much learn what the issue is, the lesson that is showing you at that time, and then move forward from there with the lesson. So short and simple. That's what I have.
Awesome.
I think
Give her the side eye. Hold on.
yeah, because that's why I was like,
Now
oh,
I'm gonna
okay,
need
I
you to
think I know
further
what that is.
expound on this.
I
But
mean, that's out.
But you know what?
but
So many people they be afraid of the tower card. And the thing with the tower card, it just means change. And sometimes in order
mm-hmm.
to for change to happen, things have to be broken down. Prime example, like if you want to upgrade your house and you only got one bedroom and you want to add on three more bedrooms, you want to have to break down some walls and knock some stuff down to add more walls in. And that's all the tower card does. It's destruction, but it's removing things so that you can start fresh.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next? Leo.
That's
Leo.
you.
That is me. What message we got for Leos? Leo. Oh, Leo, this is about a relationship. So, Leo, you are with somebody that you felt like you can grow with, that you felt like you can expand with, but you may find out some things that you might not like about this person that might not be trustworthy, that may try to cause some trust issues. I feel like this information will come to you by the end of the month. What's the outcome? You gonna work it out. You be hoping like you gonna leave. Now you gonna work it out. You gonna fix it, and I will be well. This can also be a job too. Like you might find out like you got a coworker that you can't really trust. So you just gonna find a way to operate. You want to find a different way to operate within that energy um, without dealing with that coworker or person. They maybe get fired. That may be a luck. But that's all I have for Leo.
Okay. Am I up next? No.
Virgo.
Virgo, I am up next. Okay. Ah, I was right. I remember a little something. All right, Virgos. What we got for the Virgos? Something short and sweet. Ooh, Virgos. Y'all coming to a lot of success, prosperity, good news, inner peace, independence. You walking into your season. The main thing I would say, Virgos, is make sure that you are being disciplined. So if you made a plan, stick to your plan. Do not veer off your plan.
The Virgos, where y'all at so I can bask in y'all energy?
You
Give me
said
some of
what?
y'all good energy. Where y'all Virgos at so I can bask in y'all energy? Come
Yeah, they
sit with
got the
y'all
nine
for a
of
minute.
pentacles.
Share some
So
of
they
your
got
abundance.
right.
All right. Next we have Libra.
Libras. Okay, let's see what we have. Ooh, Libras. It sounds like y'all about to be doing good too. Sorry. Um, so Libras, what I'm getting here is all your hard work is going to pay off. So I'm mm, guessing it's going to be from some Libras that I'm gonna say career wise, right? Everything you've been working hard towards, things it's finally gonna pay off. So you never gave up, you ain't give up, so it's gonna go the direction that it needs to go with it. Just stay the course with that. I do feel like it may be something that comes up with some Libras that make you question if you should move forward. Just make sure you continue the course. Um, Seek guidance. I'm picking up like one Libra who's watching this that needs to seek guidance on that particular thing before you move forward. So it may be a contract or something that you need to sign that you need to make sure you seek guidance. Maybe it's a lawyer you need to reach out before you sign that contract to move forward with it.
Okay.
Scorpio.
Is that me too?
Yes,
Damn. Oh,
ma'am.
sorry. I said, damn.
Yes, ma'am.
Two in a
Okay.
row.
We getting them
Two in
back
a
to
row.
back.
Okay, let's
It's
see what we
okay. I'm
got.
coming
Let's see.
back to back, I think.
Okay, back to back. Let's see what we got.
I don't know why my cat has to position himself in front of me and clean himself like he wants me to watch him do it.
Man, your cat be off the hook.
The whole house, he
I'm
finds a
gonna
space
plug it in.
At
right in
least
front.
at
He
least
gets to he lift that leg up, going to town,
well, at least ain't yelling at you
Oh,
this time.
and then he'll look at me
oh,
to make sure I'm looking at him.
Scorpios. There's some relationships that's coming. With the Scorpios is what I see here. That you're going to be moving forward with a relationship. I don't know if it's going to be a marriage, maybe an engagement that's coming. Oh, look, Jazz smiling, but Jazz ain't no Scorpio.
I'm a
Just,
Scorpio moon, so I
uh,
claim all of that.
oh,
See,
Okay.
that
he
explains
claimed
it. That
all
explains
that.
a lot. Scorpio
Okay,
moon.
all right. So
What
yeah,
you talking about, Willis? What you trying to say, Jazz?
I'm sorry, Jordan. Go ahead,
oh
Jordan.
yeah. So yeah, I see that there is going to be some success when it comes to the relationship, marriage, or engagement that is going to be coming along with it. Um, yeah, it's your season to go ahead and embrace your boo. Your boo, okay?
I claim that.
Or your man's your man, so your girls, like my kids say.
Ooh, and didn't we
Uh,
say my husband gonna be a Scorpio? Baby, come on and get me now.
now, are we on Saggy?
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, Saggy. Somebody from your past may try to contact you. Um, don't let them come back. Set boundaries. They have not changed. I'm sorry, Saggy. This would be a person who made a lot of promises, um, and broke them to you. They made a lot of promises. Um, they offered things that they couldn't deliver on, and yeah, Saggy. Mm-mm. Somebody from your past is going to try to come back. They're going to try to at least pretend like they want a friendship or a connection with you, but in reality, they haven't changed at all. So if it's somebody from your past that you're missing or you're thinking about, or they've been trying to reach out to you, just kind of set some healthy boundaries and be careful how you allow them to come back into your life because, yeah. You see my face, Saggy? You remember this face? You make that face when they try to come back because they are not talking about anything. I promise you, at all. Okay, leave it on B. Mm-mm. Let's move on. Mm-mm. Look, I sound like Tiara right now. Uh-uh. No.
All
Don't
right,
do it, Sadie. Don't do it. I don't
let's
care how kind he is or how beautiful she is or whatever. How good the sex or the loving was.
It's not worth it.
don't do it. Don't do it, silly. Don't do it.
All right, we're on our cappies.
That's me.
Give us
Let's
something
see.
good. My best friend's a cappy.
Please, let's see. You know, I'm a Capricorn too.
Please,
So you
please,
just tracked us all the
please,
way around, boo. Let's see what I got.
please.
Something short, sweet. Ooh, okay. This is talking to me, baby. So, well, right now, it's pretty much saying watch your finances, be responsible, pay attention to your spending, needs versus wants. And I'm talking to myself here because my Amazon cart right now is out of control. So but it's pretty much saying like main thing, yes, stay focused, watch your finances, be responsible, don't slack, do not slack, stay focused on the goal. So I'm nodding my head because I'm talking to myself.
So if you're here in Ohio, you cannot go see Chris Brown. Okay, don't buy the ticket. You can't go.
Oh, see, he ain't coming here till August, so me and my sister already like, you want to do that for your birthday? Okay, girl, let's go. But yeah, yeah, but yeah, pretty much be responsible. Saying some irresponsibilities with money, and it's wants versus needs because you focus on material things and you got to think about your necessities. You know, water bill, light bill, food, clothes. So,
Food. We ain't gonna get on food.
oh, he said what?
We don't get on food. Food prices, girl.
Man,
Eggs.
yeah. All right, I got Aquarius too, right? That's what's next,
You
right?
got a Aquarius.
Mhm.
All right, let me. Well, we got something short and sweet for Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius coming into a good season. Which fulfillment? That's what I'm getting. So if you've been manifesting, working on something, working on goals, it's happening. This is your season. This is your time. Happiness is coming. Enjoyment is coming. So yes, you're. What am I trying to say? Yeah, your manifestations are coming true. Things that you've been working on, working towards. You know that whole grind and working in silence. It's starting ready
Mm-hmm.
to pay off for you. It's getting ready to pay off for you.
That part.
Definitely.
That part. All right,
Yeah.
let's take us out strong with Pisces.
Oh, look,
Get in the water.
these Pisces, us here, we gonna be going through some things. Let me just say that. There's gonna be some type of heartbreak, grief, that takes place, with us Pisces, here. What I'm getting, we need to love on ourselves a little bit more during this time. Um, get back to us, right? We need to get back to who we are instead of trying to outsource right love into it. So because this thing that happens, this heartbreak that happens, it's gonna tear us up for a little bit, right? So we need to make sure that we ground ourselves, get it back together, understand that this is just a process, right, to move us towards the where we need to be. It's part of life, right? But we'll be okay. We will be okay. Get back to you, Pisces.
Okay.
All right. So first, I would like to thank you, ladies.
You're
I would like to thank you both for
welcome,
stepping out of your comfort zone, for coming on
baby.
here with me. This was fun.
It was.
And thanks
It
to
was.
everyone that tuned in. All
Thank
right.
y'all.
Okay. Until next time.
See y'all next week.
See y'all next week. Great.